Welcome to Elton's Retirement Journey and Travel. My name is John. And first of all, I want to wish everyone a happy holiday and thank those who stopped by and viewed my video Social Security at 62, my assessment, that was one of my highest viewed videos to date. And I enjoyed the comments. A lot of people out there doing what they need to do to get their retirement going and making their decisions of whether or not they're going to take it early or wait. And this video, I'm entitled on this one, Social Security at 65, better than at 62. This year turned out to be 2024 was a successful year. Came out in good shape. Employment is still solid for me, both on the part-time job, which is down at the stadium. I'll be working two big events: the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. I think that is one of the college playoff games. And then we have the national championship on Martin Luther King's Day, which is an off day from my full-time job. So I'll go down there. And then going into the next year, we'll have a break until soccer season. Um, but I enjoy doing that. Income from that is coming in at about $2,000 for year 2024. So I'll continue doing that. Maybe I'll work a few more events. I'm not sure. It's kind of difficult to get off your regular job and then rush down there because the call times is usually at 4:45 or 4:15. The earliest I would get there would be a little after 5 by riding the train. But I'll try if I need the money. And my full-time job, that's going well. Both jobs, kind of been people have talked to me about some leadership positions. So after all these years, have an opportunity to get promoted and people thinking of highly of you is really really good. You just need to keep up the work and keep doing it. Also, got my annual review last Wednesday, and that was one of the best. It came across as exceptional. So hopefully, when they hand out those raises and bonuses the first quarter of next year, it'll be a little bit more. It did go down a little bit, but the company is making some money. So I look forward to that and I'll do something fun with that. Um, the retirement, I looked at and simulated me retiring at 62 this year. And as well as I took in seminar on Social Security as well as one on wills and trust, where eventually I'll look at revisiting. I have a will now, but the trust helps keep it out of probate. It keeps all of your information from going public, and it makes monies available quicker where you don't have to wait on a judge and it can go 6 months or so. I don't want that for my trustees because I am a single person and I don't want people pulling up to my home with a U-Haul and taking stuff out of here. I want this to stay in the family as a home that the younger people can get out of Detroit or wherever they're at and come down here and have a great opportunity here in Atlanta. So that's all out in the will. But one of the major things that I did this year is I took a look at what my Social Security would be, as I mentioned in my previous video, and I took a close look at the uh, medical benefits from my employer versus what I would need to purchase. Now, at 62, I would have to go on the Obamacare, or there is an option to with Amazon to sign up for One Medical. I'm going to do a little bit more research on that, but I typically have upper respiratory infections um, every year, which requires me to get antibiotics, and I will be able to go in there. But the bottom line is with Obamacare, you have a really high deductible. And when you're going to the doctor, unless you're going in there for paid preventive maintenance, you are on the hook. And if your deductible is 8,000, then every time I go to the doctor, whatever the negotiated price is what I pay. So I will be paying, quite a bit for upper respiratory infection, the diabetic eye exams that I get. Uh, I did a check on the colonoscopy and I had the records pulled from my primary care and he said 7 to 10 years. It said I was in 2019. So I just threw that out the window. I told the doctor, hey man, I don't need to come in at all. His televisit was $400. And I do believe that was fully covered because I reached my deductible. But all in all, um, holding off on retiring where you're going to be using parts of Social Security. Now, my part will be the Medicare. I want to travel. I want to get up to many different places around the country. I would like to have medical coverage under the Medicare. And when I did my little simulation and I got my spreadsheet out, which is titled Open Enrollment, Employer Benefits and Medicare, it's at the Retiring Club. What I found is I came out at about $195 a month out of my check. If I go with traditional Medicare with the uh, dental plan, which I found from AARP, well, actually, it would be MetLife Take Along. I think that's the one I settled on because my doctor's in it. But I will get the VSP as well. It came to about 373. So normally they would say it's half. It was a little bit less than half. I would save some money by going with a Advantage plan, but some of the companies that are listed, I've never heard of them here in Georgia. Um, so that was good to take a look at that. And the other thing, we looked at the Social Security. You're looking at about 23,000 a year, um, and you definitely would. It would force you to have to work. You would have to work, and you would have to draw down. So for me, Social Security is 62. 65, it's much better. You make it to 65, and anything happens with your health or your employment, you are in really good shape, especially if you being over 59 and a half, you got the 401k. Most people use the 401k because of the match. But recently on YouTube, there's been a lot of people who have been talking about that the 401k may not be the best option because of the hardship that you would have to file for, as well as if you quit and use the rule of 55, the 20% withholding. So that doesn't sound too appealing to me. And I do have money over in a Roth as well as a IRA, which is I have three IRAs and they're all separate and doing quite well. So I'm pretty happy about that because I have been studying the tax code. I actually pulled up the 1040 SR and I simulated as me not having any more income. Once you lose your job, you really don't have any other income. You're going to be pulling from your savings or you're going to pull from your retirement account. And with the standard deduction for 2024, I did a mock up on it and I would be able to pull easy $16,000 out. Because I'm over 50, uh, 55, I believe I get a extra couple $1,000s on the standard deduction. No, you know what it is? I think it's 65. At 65, you get the additional on that. So again, that's a bonus. Um, Getting to 65, as well as I called all my utility companies. They said, call us back and we'll give you a discount, a couple bucks here and there on the service fees, as well as I would get a senior citizen bus pass where I would ride the train for now a dollar. So 65 is better than 62. If you can wait it out and just hang in there, it opens up so many more options for you. Your healthcare coverage will be you'd have a lot more covered when you went in for whatever you may have issues like my upper respiratory infections, the diabetic eye exam. I pretty much know that's about 240. I got to pay that. That would be the first thing I went to if I was on Medicare. So that's what I wanted to talk about in this video here. 65 is way better than 62. If you can wait it out, you'll get the extra 8% onto your Social Security. So instead of getting the typical $1,900, you would add 8% to that. In over a 3 year period, you would get about $450. That puts you at about $2,400. And mind you, you have not started paying into the Medicare. You got to take $185 off. But that would probably be about 203 years because they're raising about $9 or $10. So for me, making it to 65 is the next goal on the agenda. I may take a look at the retiring, um, just in case something happens. But other than that, I am scheduled to work to my full retirement age, which is 67. And then I picked the best time. Let me collect that bonus. Let me burn up all my vacation time. Let me get all these holidays. And let me pick a day like maybe October um, 1st or something like that. That would allow me to pay off that mortgage. And then when I go into the next year, I will come in with no income, and since I don't need to collect Social Security, I would just bridge myself. And the first thing I'm going to do is take a look at the standard deductions for a single person. And from the capital gains or whatever's in the fixed income accounts that are in the IRA that would be subject to taxes, I'm going to take that amount out so that the standard deductions will zero that out. The pension, I would get my 255. Well, just create an account, throw the escrow, make that your escrow account because escrow was short this year, and you're going to have to do a makeup next year on that to keep your mortgage from spiraling out of control. I've already noticed about $80 increase per month in my budget, so I'm okay with that. I still have enough walking around money. But anyway, I wanted to do this video. Um, and how will I do it at 65? It's simple. I'm going to keep those expenses as low as they can with my budget that I talked about at the retiring club with the video I'll link to this one. My budget came in at once I removed the mortgage and I stopped putting money in the bank, I'm at about $13,000 to cover all expenses. So with that 16,000, and then the Medicare is going to run me right at $400 a month. I will be okay, and then I have my Roth IRAs that I can start drawing down on. A lot, like I mentioned, a lot of the financial advisors are now saying that, hey, you may want to hold off on putting all your money into the 401k unless it's a Roth. It's best to do a Roth outside or use a regular brokerage account because if you put, say, $1,000 into a brokerage account and it's with the S&P 500 and it's growing by 30%, in over 3 years, you've doubled it to 2,000. That is, and you need $1,000. The $1,000 you draw out, as long as it's held for over 12 months, it should be long-term capital gains, which depending on your income will be taxed at zero. So there's been a lot of shifts. So we kind of have to pay attention to our buckets and where we pull our money. Sequence of return was really great this year on the stock market, and I'm looking forward to next year. So this is about all I got, but I want to thank everybody from stopping by. And remember, I do have the retiring club. I've got a few videos out there, and it's really designed for people who are just now getting in to the investment, or they want to be able to make some decisions on their own. And I like to think that I've been putting together some pretty good videos, averaging about 30 views and maybe one or two likes. But I'm going to continue promoting that because a retirement club can be fun. So I am going to head on down to the Falcons game. Maybe I'll hit the gym, and I got a honey baked ham bone in here. I need to start cutting it up because it's been here a week, and whatever I'm not using, I need to freeze it. But anyway, I'll be having that for my Christmas dinner, so I'll put a video up on how that turns out. But my name is John, and this is Elton's retirement journey and travel, and I'm wishing you a happy holiday. And look for a video coming out for the retirement club. I'll probably record it tonight. Thanks and take care. And be sure to follow retirement. We don't want you breaking bad in your retirement.